and won that game comfortably 2-0. Mbappe missed a penalty. Salah missed a penalty too. It was a game of drama, which was very, very interesting. Now Real Madrid are in trouble. They stay almost 25th, 24th on the table, which is very dangerous. Even though Ancelotti said that they are going to qualify, everybody know they are going to qualify, but now it's an extra game for them. They are not going to make that top 8. It's obvious they are not going to make that top 8. Okay, guys, welcome to the Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. My name is Godwin. Today we talk about Champions League. The games happened yesterday. And we're going to preview some games happening today in the Europa League and the Conference League. That means Manchester United and Chelsea. They have a game today. So we're going to talk about that on the show. Okay, good morning, John. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good morning, football lovers out there. I hope you had a wonderful night of football with a flurry of goals.
Yes, me and John is here in the studio. Both of us will fight this one out today. Okay, I'll give you the results for yesterday's Champions League, and we'll talk about most of them, especially the Liverpool and Real Madrid game. But remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. We are live now on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. When you go there, drop your comments. I will read your comments live here in the studio. Okay, the results of yesterday's game, and one of the surprising results is Stuttgart losing 5-1.
Yeah, nobody saw it coming. Serena's
Zvezda
dismantled them.
Like, yeah. I was surprised. I was looking at that game. What is happening? And they scored first, but I'll give you results now. Serena Zvezda 5, Stuttgart 1. Storm Grush 1, Girona 0. Good result for them too. Aston Villa and Juventus played out a 0-0 draw. Monaco 2, Benfica 3, PSV 3, Shakhtar Donetsk 2, Liverpool 2, Real Madrid 0, Celtic 1, Club Brugge 1, Bologna 1, Lille 2. Good result for Lille and Dynamo Zagreb 0, Dortmund 3. Okay, good. That's the result for Champions League games that happened yesterday. Okay, let's talk about Matalista scored that goal in the second half. Then Mbappe got a penalty and missed. Salah got a penalty and missed before Gakpo scored the other one to make it 2-0. What do you make of this game generally? What happened in yesterday's game?
It was a night of missing penalties. To be frank, a lot of people were expecting Liverpool to come into this match and get dominated by Madrid, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen. I've been saying it now for the better part of 1 month or 2 months that this Real Madrid side with Kylian Mbappe playing anywhere in that front three is not the side it used to be last season. I said it that big teams in the Champions League have been slipping through group stages, qualifying at the expense of maybe better teams in the group stages. And of course, this tournament this time around, the league structure exposes all of those frailties. Look at sides like Real Madrid sitting somewhere in 24th or 25th on the table. Look at other big sides like AC Milan and a couple of them having terrible results in the Champions League in this league format. And again, coming to that match yesterday, it was clear for everyone to see that Vini and Jude are the heart of the club, and one part of that heart was not available yesterday. So Real Madrid did not live up to expectation, and Liverpool failed to make the match a drubbing. It should have been a drubbing. You see, when you have a revenge to execute and you execute it the way you did, I would love to see that extra flair of a few more goals in the match to make it a resounding victory. They were able to score just 2, missed one penalty, Mbappe missed another one, but it was a dominating win. Kudos to Liverpool.
Kudos to Liverpool. After the game, before we talk about the other incident in that game, Ancelotti was saying that they are going to qualify. He's sure that it's going to qualify. But generally, what do you make of Mbappe and Real Madrid? Because he is supposed to be. He started everywhere in the field. He played as a striker because when they started the game, they played a 4-4-2. It didn't work. He switched to the left. It didn't work. He was everywhere, but it is not working. Is it the weight of expectation that is wrong with Mbappe? Because everybody is expecting him to actually deliver. Especially now, Vini is injured, but he's not delivering.
Everything is beautiful in its time. And I feel Kylian Mbappe is a player who moved to Real Madrid outside his time. Because at the point where Real Madrid were cutting this young man, he could have come into Real Madrid, he could have written his ticket, he could have demanded to play anywhere, they could have built the team around him. Now this unit is built not to play with Kylian Mbappe in any part of that pitch. Because if you talk about playing him on the left, the formation played yesterday did not make for that. And even when they tried to adapt it didn't work out for him. He didn't dey. If you want to play him in the center, he's not patient enough to camp in that box to receive service. So if he must drop back to follow in the build-up play, you need to make yourself open so that other players on that pitch can find you. But he was nowhere to be found yesterday. You can talk about performance running around, you can talk about the work rate, you can talk about the passion he showed playing on the pitch. But the bottom line is the key metrics. They say that data is black and white. He doesn't know who his father, he doesn't know who his mother. Data just knows you showed up for performance, X result, X input, X result, X input, X result. And the output yesterday for the match was that Kylian Mbappe, in a moment Real Madrid needed a hero, there was no hero to be had. And the second star boy in the side, talking about Jude Bellingham, who would have been laughing at this opportunity to dominate like we saw yesterday, like he did in the previous season, is busy picking up everybody's slack in the bottom part of the midfield. Like I can't understand why Jude Bellingham has been relegated to pick up in the bottom part of the midfield. I for the life of me, I don't understand why. So but there was no hero, there was no save. It's something like Thanos said in some Infinity War or something, that there are no heroes, no saviors coming. Real Madrid, you are here, you are here. You have to deliver yourself.
That game is I didn't understand what happened in that game. If you look at the statistics, Liverpool had 17 shots in total, have 7 shots on target with 63 possessions, 617 passes. That is 91% pass accuracy. If you look at Real Madrid, they had only shot 8 shots in total, only 3 on target, 37 possessions, which is very, very poor. And their pass completed in 90 minutes is 365 against 617 for Liverpool.
Yeah.
What do you think that because of injuries? Look at their injuries. Vinny is out, some couple of players, and they started at Valverde at right back because of injuries. Do you think it's affecting Ancelotti and the way he set up his team?
Ancelotti is right to feel every ounce of pressure or every ton of pressure he's under, because you can be cavalier about your job when you're doing well, when the people are singing your praises. But when people are singing your praises, that is when you should be doing your due diligence on the fundamentals of a team. In the fundamental of Real Madrid is in dire need of fullbacks. And rather than bring out the checkbook to make those signings in the summer, they are tapping up somebody in Munich looking to get free move. They call it Olinofe. Free food, free transfer without paying money. And look at that now. Those positions are still affecting the side this season, because you are forcing other people to play outside of their positions. The people you have in those key places, some of them are not fit, some of them are not out injured, and you need them to come and play in such a scenario as this. So I feel Ancelotti didn't prepare the side enough, because he could have strengthened those key positions. Last season we saw Joselu come in 60 minutes, 65 minutes, 70 minutes and come good for Real Madrid, score a couple of goals for Real Madrid. This season he's nowhere to be found. They let him go, and they didn't replace him.
They replaced it with Mbappe.
They did. Come on, man. Mbappe is not a striker. Mbappe is a winger.
Okay,
they need a top 9 in that side.
Okay, let's talk about Liverpool. Liverpool, we can focus on Real Madrid because they are the big club and they are the biggest club in Europe. But Liverpool, they stay first in the league, in Champions League table. If you look at what they have done, they have played 5 and won 5. They are the only team that have maximum points in this year's Champions League. They have scored 12 goals and conceded only 1 in this Champions League. They have plus 11 goals. What do you make of Slot? Because Slot, when he came, everybody is not expecting him to be this good. He is first in the Premier League.
Yes.
He is first in the Champions League.
Yes.
He has lost only 1 game. And I keep saying it's funny that they just lost to Nottingham Forest. Out of all the teams they have faced, it's Nottingham Forest they lost at Anfield. Imagine if they have gotten something from that. That means throughout this season, they have probably been unbeaten throughout this season. What do you make of the way he set up his team? Look at Jones. Suddenly Jones is now the superstar. I'm wondering what happened to this boy. Liverpool played well. McAllister scored the first goal. What do you make of the way Liverpool set up?
I'll just give you two statements and that will sum up this whole scenario, okay? When I think about Onslaught, I think about a song that says that he rides on the wings of the wings. And then I'll give another one. Another scripture says that a good man lays up a good inheritance for his children. Yes, a good man has laid up a good squad for Onslaught to come and shine. That's why Onslaught right now is coasting on the wings of the wind. He doesn't need to do any effort. He just needs to keep guiding that ship, and the team will keep floating him and making him look bigger than life. And that's what it is. He came in, inherited a solid squad. Instead of looking to put his own imprint on the team, he's working with those players dedicatedly, improving them, bringing players you least expected to have flourished under Jurgen Klopp into the side, inculcating every single person. Everybody in that side feels part of the mission. They feel part of the mission. And yes, he met a good squad. Jurgen Klopp did a whole lot for him, but he's gone on to impact the way Liverpool play. If this was Jurgen Klopp, he would have been gang pressed 90% of the 90 minutes yesterday.
But they probably tried their 4-0.
Yes, and they would have tried them 4-0. They could have conceded.
That's the thing.
But Baba likes his clean white. Don't stain my white. That is your Onslaught. Leave my clean sheet for me. And I'm loving it. I'm loving the football. I saw that game yesterday. I was like, is this Liverpool? Oh my goodness. Fantastic one from Onslaught.
They played a fantastic football. Okay, let's move on to our YouTube. Some comments are on our YouTube about that Real Madrid and Liverpool game. That game happened at Anfield and Liverpool won that game comfortably 2-0. It was surprising. Madrid fans couldn't believe it, even though they were expecting them to at least put up a fight, but it wasn't that way. Okay, let's move our YouTube channel. Okay, Samuel Johnson, like I can see you, welcome to the show. He said anybody that is expecting Madrid to win Liverpool last night needs to get their heads checked. This Real Madrid team is on a transition, so they will definitely going to struggle until they click. Okay, Emmanuel Leo is good morning. Emmanuel Leo say good morning, guys. Let's give Liverpool their roses. They played very well. Because Real Madrid for the past 3 transfer windows have been quiet, and this is the result now.
Thank you.
Rodrigo is always injured, no replacement. Manchester United snapped Euro from them, and they didn't get any replacement for him. No fullbacks, no replacement for Cruz, no proper striker. Let players spend money and leave out of contract players. They are looking for
free food.
Davies from Bayern, looking for Trent from Liverpool. Yes. So I don't know, but if you look at this in general, that game, do you think that Liverpool have a strong stake in this Champions League? Probably they are now favorites to win it because 5 games, 5 wins. What do you think?
You have to give it to them because if you look at all the data inputs, Liverpool have won 100%, played and imputed the perfect inputs to get the output they are getting right now. They've played well, they've defended well, they've attacked well, they've beaten opponents nobody expected them to beat. They kept their clean sheets and they are top of the log. And you have to give it to them. You have to see Liverpool going the distance this Champions League. You know, the only thing that would stop Liverpool from going to the finals this season is if there's a big injury and maybe 1 or 2 key players in that side are out.
Okay, let's see what happens with Real Madrid and Liverpool and Real Madrid this season, if they are going to be winning anything. But Liverpool are now the favourite to win the Champions League. They have played 5 and won 5. They beat Real Madrid comfortably without stress. 2-0. Mbappe dropped a disaster class yesterday. Let's hope that he improved because Ancelotti came out and said that everybody is going to support Mbappe. They see Mbappe in training. They know what he can do, but they are not seeing it on the playing field.
On the pitch, yeah.
But soon probably they will start seeing it on the playing field. Liverpool stay first on the table. We are going to give you the table when we finish analyzing the other results. Okay, let's talk about Aston Villa and Juventus. That game ended 0-0. I think Aston Villa scored in the final minute, but VAR ruled it out again. That game ended 0-0. Juventus are the masters of draws. They need to give them permanently Juventus or give them okra soup to go and keep in their house. I don't understand. All their games they are drawing. Even this game, even though that Liverpool they had more possession against Aston Villa. They had 8 shots on target. It was fairly a boring game, but 0-0 again. It's a good result for Aston Villa if you ask me.
Sure,
but generally, what do you make of that game?
You know, that game reminded me of some Christmas carol that goes like this: Silent Night. It was a silent night for all the strikers in Juventus. It was a silent night also for Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa's key role or their key KPI for that match yesterday was to ensure thou shalt not pass, thou shalt not score, thou shalt not outplay me, thou shalt not come and disgrace me. All the thou shalt not, and they kept it. They kept it, and I was happy with them. They played a very, very good game for a club that is from the backwaters of the English Premier League, that has not tasted, being at this refined air. Champions League is like the la creme de la creme. It is refined air. It's it's the air the gods breathe in football. For them to come here, in football,
in club football, please.
In club football, yes. Okay.
World Cup is the pinnacle.
We can agree to disagree. This is them coming into this status, and if you swap out the name Aston Villa and the logo, it could be AC Milan yesterday. It could have been any other team in Europe, and it's a good one for them. Kudos to the management team for bringing in Unai Emery, because Emery has been the deciding factor. He has been the X factor for Aston Villa, and then kudos to all the players in the side who are putting in the work, because you can have a good manager and then you have players that are not ready to buy into the vision.
Yes.
And
what happened to Manchester United? Okay, if you look at that game generally, what do you think that Juventus, because they have so many draws, even though I think they are going to qualify for the knockout stages, they are the big side. I think their coach is trying to build. This is a building stage for him too. So I think probably he's learning on the job. He started way as a striker. I think probably from after this season, next season, he will buy more. And I think they are going to be a strong side in the future. But Emery has done well with this Aston Villa team. Definitely, they are going to play knockout stage of Champions League. That one is definite, because they have 10 points on the table, which is very, very good for them.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the other games. Benfica and Monaco. Benfica went to Monaco in France to play that game. That game ended 3-2 for Benfica. And Monaco got a red card in that game in the 58th minute. Then Benfica scored 2 goals after that to win that game. Good game for Benfica.
Good game for Benfica. Good game for the great man himself. Talking about Angel Di Maria. Fantastic. He got 2 assists. Yes.
He scored an acrobatic last weekend. I saw that goal. He scored acrobatic last week. That guy is evergreen.
They say that form is temporary, but class is forever.
If for Di Maria, his class is permanent.
His class is permanent.
If Di Maria was in that Argentina team in 2014, they would have won that World
Cup. No doubt. I saw that game yesterday. I was super happy with him and the side. Also super happy for a certain young man that a couple of clubs in Europe have been sleeping on. Talking about Vangelos Pavlidis, he had a goal yesterday in that encounter. I don't think AS Monaco were expecting to lose that match yesterday. I think everything went according to plan for the first 50 minutes of the match, and then when they got that goal disallowed in the 50th minute, I think they dropped their head a bit, and then when they got Singo got his matching orders, I think everything kind of teetered away, but they were able to score a goal. And then from then, they were not able to keep that thing going till they considered in 9 minutes. And we keep saying this thing in football, it's not just enough to come to the match and play and fight with all your strength in the first 60 minutes. It's a 90-minute match, and you need to be able to conserve your energy to go the distance. If you are going to come and play this match and fight with all your strength, Baba, make sure you have your 2-3 goals up, and then you can lock up the defense. But for you to have a good match, you are leading 2-1 going into the 67th minute.
I think they got a red card.
They got a red card. Yes, true that. But then their head also dropped, because if you look at possession from the time they got that red card to the time that the game ended, if you look at the opportunities and chances created, they didn't do so much. They wanted to go and conserve when they got the red card. But of course, Benfica were not going to sleep. And the star man himself, Di Maria, don't play. Di Maria got in there and created 2 chances for Benfica. So I think AS Monaco are going to feel hard done by, but they should get out of it and come back winning.
Okay, that game ended for Monaco. That game ended for Benfica winning that game. Let's talk about the surprising result. I want to skip it, but I have said, how do Stuttgart lose 5-1? When that game was happening, I wasn't watching it. Be frank, I wasn't, because
true that
it was an early game. It was the first game that was played. I saw 1 goal for Stuttgart, and I got a notification 1 goal. I said, okay, the game has ended. This Serena Vesda. I don't know where these people are from. So then I started getting notification, and I looked at it's 3-1, it's 4-1, and it's 5-1. I said, okay, probably Stuttgart got a red card in that game. Maybe that's why they are conceding these goals. And I look, there's no red card, and that game, and they're 5-1.
Yes,
their first 3 points in the Champions League.
Well deserved, if you ask me. Well deserved. I feel like you come into the Champions League this season, underestimate any team to your detriment.
The funniest part, they had only 29% of possession. They had 11 shots and scored 7. Scored 7 on target and scored 5 of those 7. For 7 shots on target, scored 5 of it.
And look at the other side.
Just 277 pass in the whole game, and they scored 5.
We're talking about Liverpool just a couple of minutes ago. We said that Liverpool had about over 600 passes in that game. These guys have outperformed Liverpool by playing less passes. And they gave these people see ball play.
Collect ball, you are scoring.
Collect ball, run around. You will suffer. You will see yourself. And Stuttgart could not understand, how do you play Serena's Vesda with 71% possession and you manage just 2 shots on target? You have just 3 shots off target. That's Bani. Your strike has no come work
at all.
Your strike has no come work at all, because he didn't there. And look at the lineup, look at the setup. I feel that these guys seriously underestimated Serena's Vesda. And Serena's Vesda, like Spartans 300, came up and said, look, we will not play this guy tit for tat. We will not match them on the pitch. Let's overload the balls. Okay. Let's overload them. And they got the result.
That game was surprising for everybody. Everybody was surprised about that game. Not even though that in Nigeria we don't really have a Stuttgart fans, but neutral fans were surprised.
Neutrals were expecting a win
for Stuttgart, and that game ended 5-1 in favor of Serena Vesda. Good result for them. Another soccer result is Tom Grush won against Girona, 1-0. These guys are getting all their points against. I think the first 3 points again in Champions League for them.
Yes, good 3 points for them. When you meet, we were saying this thing yesterday, that in the Champions League table, when you are outside the top 26 and you have no points, any game against your fellow strugglers should be like a lifeline. Exactly. It should be like a lifeline. You should fight tooth and nail to get a point, because it's going to be hard for you to get anything from the guys in the top 15. Let's not even go top 24. So I'm happy they got that point. But then this is also a contrasting story for Girona, because coming off the back of what they did last season,
everybody was expecting them. They sold a couple of players.
They sold a couple of players, but they are still a member of the Proud City group. They still have good structure behind them. So what happened was there not enough investment into the side, and that's it. And then secondly, you also need to consider, I think in retrospect, we are going to appreciate more teams and the result they deliver, depending on the cliff they fall off from the following season in performance. You now treasure those results better, because you see that it really took them a whole lot to deliver that result last season, and they need to compensate for that, because a lot of players were not sold, a lot of players that were brought in have not gelled, so it's a team in rebuild. And I think that's what's happening to Girona, but they need to wake up and consolidate in this league, or they should focus on the La Liga.
Okay, like Dortmund won that game away from home against Dynamo Zagreb. It was a good game for them. Our man, Senegalese man, scored the final goal in 90 minutes. Girassi scored the 90 minutes. He has been scoring for Dortmund. I think it's a good game for Dortmund. Dortmund are actually going to qualify. I like that these teams are going to qualify for knockout stage. So this knockout stage is going to be fantastic, because one more game in this year's Champions League, we want to play one more game. The other games will happen in January next to 2025. But that game against Dynamo Prague, good game, good Good win for Dortmund.
Yeah, good win for Dortmund and good win for Sergio himself. He's been a fantastic striker and a good servant for Dortmund. Clubs across Europe should be eyeing this man now. Like me, I'm even eyeing him for City because he's a good finisher and a good win for Dortmund. Everybody was coming into this game a bit cautious because Dortmund have been on a, would I call it taciturn moods or performance in the Bundesliga. They've not really been up there, but they were able to get a win against Dynamo Zagreb and it's a good one for them.
Good game for them. Dortmund winning that game 3-0. Good game for Dortmund. Okay, if you look at that game in particular, I think Dortmund are going to qualify because they stay fourth on the table. They stay fourth with 12 points. So obviously they are going to be qualifying for I don't know for the top 8. I think maybe after the last game this December, it remains 2 more games in January. We will now know who will, because if you win your 2 games, it's likely that you are going to qualify for it. Okay, another game that happened yesterday is PSV and Shakhtar Donetsk. That game ended 3-2 in favor of PSV. PSV won that game. Now they moved up to 8 points in the table. If you look at that game too, good game for them. They scored in the final minutes, in the 95th minutes of the game. They scored, even though that Shakhtar Donetsk took a red card in the 69 minutes. And they started bombarding. First of all, in that game, Shakhtar Donetsk scored 2 in the 8 minutes and the 37 minutes. They were leading 2-0 away to PSV. Then in the 69th minutes, they got a red card. Pedrinho got a red card. Suddenly, PSV woke up, scored in the 87th minute, 90th minute, and 95th minute. Just in the space of 7 minutes, they scored 3 goals to win that game.
It's crazy.
I was getting notification anyhow. I was like, what is happening? Because you to win that time and you held up to 8 minutes. Why not just 5 more minutes?
That's the thing. You can't switch off attention. You can't switch off your focus. No matter how many minutes is left on the clock, you have to be focused. You have to be on it. You have to guard your concentration because these games are coming quick and fast, and your opponents are there to exploit every weakness. They didn't defend well for me. 1, they didn't defend well. 2, the strength of a team's character when you go a man down. Are you going to toughen up and defend and see out the game, or are you going to go on better and see if you can score and turn the thing around? But for me, they felt like a house of cards when the first goal from Tillman came in, and then Tillman got in on a groove and got a brace against them, and from there it was murder she wrote. They lost the match, but I feel like they didn't do enough in the closing minutes.
Just defend. You are 2 goals up almost in the 90th minute. You are conceding 5 goals, 3 goals in 7 minutes. Come on, I don't know what happened with them, but that game ended PSV 3. Shakhtar Donetsk 2. After going 2-0, PSV scored 3 goals in last 7 minutes of the game to score 3 goals to win that game. So good win for them. Because of that result, they are moving up to the 18th on the table. Okay, let's talk about one more game before we give you the table of the Champions League. Let's talk about Lille, because they won against Real Madrid. Yes. Now, they won against Real Madrid.
They won against Atletico
and Real Madrid, which gave them a boost.
Yes.
It gave them a boost. Now they went away to Bologna and they won that game again, 2-1. They're actually doing well in the Champions League.
They are doing well in the Champions League.
It's funny.
No doubt, they are doing well in the Champions League. And if you go look at that team, there are players that you will not necessarily say are, phenomenal players or special players, except the star man up front, Jonathan David.
Davis, yes.
I think everybody focused on him and marked him out of this match. But then look at that, one other player from the team got in on the goals, talking about the right winger, and it was all over for them. I feel like Lille, there are certain teams this season that are flourishing in the Champions League.
And they're not doing well in
their domestic league, And then because of how the Champions League is structured this season, a lot of them may fall out of position or not qualify. And even those that qualify, do they really have what it takes to go the distance? Because let's not forget, we are heading towards the Christmas break. A couple of players are going to be allowed some personal time, except in the Premier League where you play a marathon, you're on the job round the clock.
You play till you faint.
You're on the job round the clock. The question is, what shape are these players and these teams going to resume the new year in? Are they going to keep the same fitness, the same momentum? Are they going to come back from the break stronger, fitter, better? Or if they are going to fall away, and that could make open up a window for other teams to find themselves into the qualification positions.
Okay, that game ended for Lille winning that game 2-1. The other game that happened is Celtic 1, Storm Grouch 1. Good game, good points for both teams. Okay, the league table, Champions League is not a league table, so
yes,
it's not a league table. So the league table, the top 8, remember the top 8 qualify for round of 16 straight. From 9th to 24th, they're going to play a knockout phases to know who is going to join the rest of the team in the knockout stage in the round of 16. So if you look at the top 8, it's Liverpool stay after 5 games have 15 points with plus 11 goal difference. I think they are the best team in Europe now. Second is Inter Milan with 13 points. You said about Inter Milan, they have played 5 games, have 13 points. They have scored 7 goals and conceded 0 in this Champions League. They have not conceded any single goal in this Champions League. They are second with 13 points. Barcelona is third with 12 points. Borussia Dortmund is fourth with 12 points. Atlanta doing well. Lookman's team is doing well. They have 11 points. Bayer Leverkusen have 10 points. Arsenal 7th have 10 points. AS Monaco has 10 points. If now move from 9th to 24th, let me run it through. Aston Villa 10 points, Sporting Lisbon 10 points, Brest 10 points, Bayern Munich at 13th with 9 points, Benfica with 9 points, Atletico Madrid with 9 points, AC Milan with 9 points, Manchester City with 8 points, PSV with 8 points, Juventus at 19th with 8 points, Celtic with 8 points, Feyenoord with 7 points. Okay, imagine Club Brugge at 7 points, that's 22nd. Dynamo Zagreb are 23rd on the table with 7 points. Then Real Madrid stay 24th with 6 points, which is and have 0. They don't have a negative goal difference, but have 0. That means they have scored 9 goals and considered 9 goals. Yeah. So they are 24th. They are in the final position for the knockout phases, and the only big team that is out of this for now, that is out of this knockout phase, is PSG. PSG are 25th with 4 points. They are the only big team that is out of knockout phases for now. Remember, we still have 3 more games to go. 1 more this year on December 10th. December 10th and 11th, we have Champions League. After that, the next year, Champions League continues. Okay, that's all for the Champions League. Okay, you can call us now and tell us your contribution, especially about that Real Madrid and Barcelona, Real Madrid and Liverpool game. Call us and tell us your own contribution. And let's move over to our YouTube. And Samuel Johnson is saying that this new format has exposed plenty teams. He's laughing. It has actually exposed plenty teams. So call us 0706 048 5853. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Yeah, my name is Engelusi from Albany Road.
Okay.
Welcome.
Welcome. What do you make of that game against Liverpool and Real Madrid?
Yeah, I'm a die-hard Real Madrid fan.
Okay.
White Angels.
Okay.
Please tell Joy to leave my calendar alone. Yeah, tell him.
Everybody's attacking him on social media yesterday.
Yes, he should focus on Haaland and his what they are doing. If you leave Mbappe alone, we never collected a free kick. Mbappe came at the right time supposed to come. It's just that Mbappe is trying to build up the team.
Okay.
Yes, Mbappe is doing his best. Even though Mbappe did not win Champions League this season, next season we will give him Champions League.
Oh, well, I like him at this confidence.
The issue is that though I lost the match against Liverpool, but the issue is that I still the king of Champions League.
Yes, you are. True that.
Yes,
true that, but you have to back it up every season.
So the White Angels are still the king of that, but the issue is that when we come up to knockout stage, that's how Real Madrid used to play their ball.
Yes.
So sometimes they will have up and down. But when we are going to penetrate that knockout stage, you will see the difference of Real Madrid.
That is true. I believe that. Thank you very much. Once they enter the knockout phases of the
they have to enter the knockout phase.
But they will come on. They
have to enter. They lost in the next match and just 6 points or maybe 4 points from the next 2. and they are out.
Okay, 0706 048 5853. Tell us your thought about Real Madrid, Liverpool, and Real Madrid game yesterday. Okay, before that, let's move over to the Europa League because Europa League are happening. Yeah, it's happening to the whole lot of matches. I'm going to pick some few games there, especially Manchester United. Manchester United are playing today, and they are playing a team called Bodo and Glint. And Glint, they are playing that game at Old Trafford. Everybody is expecting them to win. Amorim is talking about his players coming back from injuries. Martinez is back to the squad. Euro has started training, but probably is not being match fit to start playing games. Maguire is back, but I don't think he's going to be involved in today's game. So, but if you look at this game against Manchester United are playing at Old Trafford, do you expect them to be winning this game? Because it's supposed to be a winning this game because these are who are this team? I don't
If
even
Man U no win this game, how he go bad?
He go bad.
Bad.
This is the kind of game Amorim should use to build his style, because if you play small teams, even though we are expecting him to at least play well against Ipswich Town on weekend, because they are not really a big team, but this is another game. You are playing at Old Trafford, you should be winning this kind of game. You should use it to build your style well.
Yes.
Bombard them with your style to show that you know what you are doing.
He needs to get a win in this match. I think I have the backing of all Manchester United fans out there to say that Baba should get a win in this game. This is Bodo and Glimt. This is not RB Leipzig. This is not big teams in the Europa League. This is a game that he should be winning, and he needs to put out. I think the overruling principle for Ruben Amorim is start with the way you intend to continue. Don't come in here and adapt for this match. Make other teams adapt for you and to your play style. Start the way you intend to play and follow it up, and choose the player that are going to best help you execute the game plan. Because at the end of the day, every other person in that club is transient. Even him is transient. You wouldn't want to be looking back on this job and saying, if only I had stayed true to my philosophy, if only I had done this, if only I had done, because somewhere in Holland,
I think
Ten Hag has a lot of regrets right now wherever he is.
I think Ten Hag didn't stick with his own philosophy. That's what I feel.
Yes.
What happened to him? He came to Manchester United and he was overwhelmed by the job. But I think Amorim, even though in his first conference he said that he will stick with what he knows. That's what he knows is 3-4-3 or 3-5-2. So, but in this game, who do you expect to start? Do you think he should? Are you talking about Rashford? He's talking about the way they need to help Rashford become a superstar. He was talking about Holland and Zeski. He was saying that they're going to score a whole lot of goals. But one thing he said that I like, he said that he will not going to throw his players under the bus.
True that.
He's not going to throw any of his players under the bus. He's going to protect them. I think what he's going to do is going to protect them, give them all the support they need. By end of the season, if you know what you
are out, you go know. You say Baba, I no follow.
You know
Simple and short.
You go. So
simple and short.
What do you think, General for Amo? Who do you think will start this game for Manchester?
For me,
United?
I don't know. Manchester United fans, unpopular opinion coming in here. Baba, give that mantle to Rashford. Rashford has been at that club. He's a leader. He can do it. Give that mantle to Rashford. Give him the backing. Put your hand on his shoulder. Tell him, Baba, receive the spirit. Receive it. Receive the mantle. And go out there and perform. That guy has it, but I don't know whether it's this Gen Z thing or I don't know whether it's mental health issues. He's lost the confidence. He's lost the spark he used to have. And somebody needs to carefully put it back in because he's a stellar player. So I think for me, he should stick with Rashford and then stick with good wingers around him. Let them service him with, of course, the maestro himself in midfield driving the engine, talking about Bruno Fernandes. Yeah. And they can get a win in this match.
If you look at when I watched that Sporting Lisbon versus Arsenal, the guy that was playing their wing back was the left footer. That was playing his right wing back for Sporting Lisbon was a left footed player. Now I now understand why he played Ahmad as a wing back, that he's still a left-footed player. Probably he's trying to implement the same thing. Probably you might see Anthony playing come on. You might see Anthony have not played the game for a very long time. Probably he should be playing this game.
If I was Anthony right now, my back should have been packed.
Wow. He should try and wing backs first. I think wing back will work for him.
Anthony is too proud to play a wing back for Manchester United. I'm telling you, Baba.
Person when can play football.
See. if you are going into battle, don't go into battle with a liability. Don't go into battle with players that cannot follow instruction. Don't go into battle with players that are fighting to their own dance tune in their head. Because that's what Anthony will do. Play Anthony as a wing back. Anthony will forget that his job is to track back in that role and go and be dancing and waiting for service up front. So look for the people. You see, there's a scripture that comes to mind when I think about Anthony. There's a scripture that says that when you were little in your own eye.
Come on.
When you were little in your own
John,
eye.
these are your earthly scriptures.
When you were in when you were in the backwater league of Eredivisie playing for one small team there, you were doing your thing. You know, no media pressure, no nothing. But just stick to the fundamentals. That's what you're asked to do. Stick to the fundamentals. Simple.
Okay, let's see what happens with Amorim in that game. Amorim has another chance to impress, to us to see what he's trying to implement. Even though, for me personally, I think that him coming to the summer would have been best for everybody, but Manchester United refused, and he has to work with the players he has now, which for me is in two ways. He needs to come in. Because if they contacted him to say come to the summer, you need to sit down and be watching Manchester United team every weekend so that no players will tell to go.
Yes.
But now he's in, nobody will bother him. He's working with the players, so he knows their mindset, you know, their work rate, so that in the summer he can list who he wants to release and keep the best players he wants to keep. Okay, let's move out to our YouTube channel and read one comment. Emmanuel Leo is laughing. Hey, he's like, said, okay, he's laughing and saying, you expect Manchester United to win? Did Rashford tell you that he wants to win? He cannot to tell you, he has to tell you that he wants to be serious. Anyways, if they want to win, they will win, but I'm not seeing it at all. Say, okay, John, you are not sticking with Rashford. Okay, we are not sticking with Rashford. I bet. Have you watched him for a while now? Dude casually stroll around the field. Person weight they chop almost 350k. Sell him to Dynamo Kiev. Dynamo Kiev, come on.
That's cold of you.
Come on, okay. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
First lady, good morning to you all.
Good morning. Name and location. It's John. John is a guy, please.
There's a lady here.
No, he's a guy. His name is John.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please name and location, please.
Okay, I'm Shimosku calling from Jerry.
Okay, welcome. What is your own contribution?
Yes, my contribution is that Madrid is done with Mbappe. I don't know, Mbappe with Madrid is a disaster.
Okay.
You know, I know they have been doing it without him, back to back without him. I don't know why they brought him. It's a confusion to ask Madrid team. The confusion.
Okay.
That's their problem. Someone said that when they pass the group stage, that was without Mbappe. But now with Mbappe, even if they pass the group stage, they will not do anything.
Oh wow.
That was when without Mbappe, they pass the group stage, they are more dangerous than the pass the group stage. But right now they're with Mbappe, they're not doing anything.
Okay.
I get him. For today for Man U, that thing they're going to play no small team. Go Portuguese of Norway.
Yes.
Can even beat Man U today. That is not a small team. They come for football. That's not Norwegian club. It's not a small team. And the Amore dropping points in his first game. It's not going to be a good team. That much is not going to. I'm not surprised the Man U still play draw.
Okay. Okay, let's get your prediction for that game, Man U and Bodo and Clint.
Because of Amorim, that should be my successor to Guardiola. You know, Manchester United, I'm still feeling with our two guys.
Let's
but
get your
fine.
prediction.
It's fine, no Allah. Man U win.
Man U to win. Okay, let's take another call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, good morning. Name and location, please.
My name is Onya Vitalis. You go chase the top of bridge, aka Ondine there.
Normally.
What is your own contribution?
My contribution is Madrid. I don't know what they are doing. Madrid. If somebody tell me say Liverpool win Madrid, I can't believe it. With the type of squad they have, world class players. Although it shows that Liverpool is a very dangerous side, though. I'm telling you honestly.
They are dangerous. They are dangerous.
You can't underestimate them.
I congratulate Liverpool for winning Madrid. Yes. Okay. But not that they will carry league go. I know I supported all the English clubs to win
yes,
but not Premiership because this is there.
Okay,
coming up.
Okay.
All right.
No Allah.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
All right. Okay. John is predicting that Manchester United will win this game. Okay, let's talk about another English team. That English team that are playing today is Tottenham Hotspur versus Roma. Spurs are playing Roma in England. What do you expect? Ranieri lost his first game as a coach of Roma. Now he's going to the Europa League to face Tottenham Hotspur. Let's take this call before we go into that game, John.
Okay.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Name
Good
and location,
morning.
please.
Thank you for
Okay. What is
Welcome.
your contribution?
Yes, I want to come.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can
Yes,
hear you
go
now.
ahead.
All right, go ahead.
I want to congratulate Liverpool for winning the match yesterday.
Thank you.
Okay.
And from Mbappe, you still jail at Madrid, missing a penalty. That is not the end of
Sure,
his
true
career.
that. True
Okay.
that.
And I see the Madrid coming up with that upgrade. They will not go down.
They'll not go.
still come
Yes,
up.
they'll still come up.
And I
Right.
even see them carrying that Champions League.
Oh wow!
Top 8
Yeah.
and carrying Champions League. Pedro.
Thank you very much, Pedro.
Okay.
Okay, let's stay with the sports game. What do you expect to happen in that game?
I'm expecting a flurry of goals in that match. It's going to be a tough
You
one.
know that Ange doesn't play his first 11 in quotes in this Europa League.
Granted, but he has key players in that side that have always lined up for him when he plays in these matches, and he's going to have a couple of good players on the side that are going to help him out. I'm thinking Son should be starting. A certain Timo Werner should be
I
starting.
think Vela should start.
Yeah, and of course with Madison or someone else in the midfield. But I'm expecting it to be a tough game. But this is the game. If Ange said, and I quote, that he wins things in his second season,
You should take this one serious.
Ange, this is a match for you to back it up and put your money where your mouth is, because AS Roma are no pushovers. It's going to be a tough match.
He's going to be a top man.
Yeah.
Let's take this call before you get the operation for that game. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
I'm calling from Manchester United.
Okay. Okay.
Welcome.
to the show. What do you make of your game today?
Exactly, we are going to win by 4 goals to nothing today.
Okay.
Wow.
Straight prediction. I like that.
Supported.
Forget the guys that come before that says that Manchester United is going to.
Okay, we lost that call.
So
Okay, let's do your operation for that Spurs versus Roma.
my mind is telling me a draw.
Your mind is telling you a draw.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get your prediction for some of the other big games that's happening. Let's talk about Jose Mourinho's team is Slavia Prague versus Fenerbahce. Who wins?
Fenerbahce.
You have to support Roma. Let's talk about. I'm not going to get your prediction for this. Let's talk about Osimhen.
Yes.
Osimhen. These Turkey fans love Osimhen. Like even on our YouTube channels, once in a while they just pump in and
They just pop in and type
Osimhen. What is that man from Nigeria and on our YouTube? On our YouTube channel, they'll come and just type Osimhen and disappear again. Remember, guys, who are live on YouTube at Vote FN Sports. Okay, Osimhen's team are playing away to AZ Alkmaar.
True that.
They are actually doing well in this year's Europa League. Do you expect them to win that game? And do you expect Osimhen to play? Because one of Icardi is out for the season. He's injured. He has been playing with Icardi, but Icardi now is out for the season. So probably we are expecting Osimhen to start.
Osimhen should be starting. The mantle of the number 9 should be passed to Osimhen. Let him go out there and decimate the opponents. I think Osimhen should be starting more and getting more game time now that Icardi is out.
He's been getting game. Both of them have been playing together.
No, they've been pairing up front, but Osimhen is utilized naturally in Napoli as a lone striker up front.
Yes.
So I think he's going to get more opportunities now that he's the lone man again.
Okay, let's see what happens in that game. Let's get a prediction for that game. Gala to win.
3-0.
Gala to win. 3-0.
Gala to win.
Okay, let's move on to the Conference League, because the only game we are going to talk about in the Conference League is Chelsea. Chelsea are playing today, and they are playing actually a bigger opponent today. Heidenheim. Heidenheim is in Germany. In Germany, they did well in there. At least qualify for them to qualify for the Conference League. They were promoted last season or last 2 seasons. They played well and they qualified for the Conference League. They are playing Chelsea, and Chelsea is going away. We are expecting Chelsea to win because Maresca has been talking about Nkunku starting. Palmer is not going to start. Talking about Nkunku, will have to stay and fight for his shirt because Nkunku has not been starting in the Premier League. Sometimes he's introduced, sometimes he's not introduced in the game. So we are expecting Nkunku. Normally they will ask him about Modric. He still feels that Modric is the superstar, that there is a superstar in Modric. I don't see it, but he's saying that he's seeing. But this is the game that all of them need to be proving now. So what are you expecting in that game for Chelsea?
For me, Nkunku needs to prove that he can deliver consistently, and that's why he's been dropped. He needs to fight back his way into that team and into the starting lineup. And for Modric as well, too. Yes, Modric needs to, go back to that form we saw, when he was in Ukraine, and he needs to go back and discover that form.
The funny thing about this Modric thing that nobody has seen him play 90 minutes. Only thing everybody saw was that particular highlight of that Champions League. That's what everybody saw. But it's okay. Arsenal wanted to buy him, but Chelsea decided to pick him up first.
And thank God Arsenal didn't buy him last.
They got Trossard that worked for them very, very well.
Yes, true that. So Modric needs to improve and show consistency. Him and Nkunku, I don't think they've repaid the club for the fat salaries they collect every Friday in that club.
So how do you know that they pay them every Friday?
Every Friday, bro.
How do you know?
Every Friday. It's like even before you go out to play the match, Allah don't enter. So that maybe if you're having any mental issues, you know that yes, happiness will be normally. Okay. But I think this game is going to be a tough test for Enzo Maresca.
I don't think okay. Let's say if it's going to be a tough test for him. He's talking about James too. James is injured. Remember, James is injured. They don't know when James is going to come back. I hope that James maybe find his full fitness. But I think when fit, he is the best right back in the whole world. Okay, let's talk about small transfer before we move on to the npfl, because Rangers played a game yesterday and won. The news there is Vanessa Soroy is going to be taking over Leicester City. I don't know when that deal is going to happen. Maybe this weekend, but next week. But the rumors now is that he is going to take over the deal because Leicester scout their coach last week.
Yes.
Now they are looking for Vanessa Soroy. What do you make of this transfer? Vanessa Soroy taking up a team like Leicester.
Vanessa Soroy was rumored to be back in Germany last week. And then, given the result of the weekend, he's rumored to come into the Premier League, Leicester. For me, I think it's a good one. It's a good one. But I'm going to have two caveats to this because Leicester are a team that are teetering on the edge. Are they going to survive in the Premier League? Are they going to go back to winning ways? In the days they won the Premier League and won a couple of other titles in the Premier League, or are they going to go back to relegation and become a championship side? I think they have a few good players in the side, but the side hasn't seen so much investment like they had when Srivida Pravada was their owner and he was still alive, God rest his soul. And now with Vanessa Soroy coming in as a manager, is he the right fit?
I think it's the right fit.
Is he the right fit?
And he needs the club to prove himself. I think Leicester is a good team too because there is not much pressure for him. He will go there, implement whatever style it is he has in himself. And January is coming on. He can buy at January to boost his squad. And need to survive.
Because they need to back him. They need to back him. There are several players that they need to sign in the team, midfield, striking position, and in the fullback position. So, yeah, let's see. Okay. I would love to see Nisseroy in the Premier League.
Okay, Nisseroy might. The rumors that he's going to take over the management of Leicester City. Let's see if that deal is going to materialize. Okay, let's move on to Nigerian Professional League because games happened yesterday. I'm going to give you the result and we'll talk about the Rangers game. Yesterday is Rangers 3. Lobby Stars 0. That game was played at the Cathedral here in Enugu and Rangers won that game comfortably 3-0. Other results: Abia Warriors 2, Katsina United 0, Sunshine Stars 1, Rivers United 1, Akwa United 1, Plateau United 0. Kano Pillars and Ranger Enyimba was postponed. Kwara United 1, Heartland of Owerri 0. Ikorodu City 2, Academy Warriors 0, Bayelsa United 4, Niger Tornadoes 1. That's a big trash in Nasarawa United 2, Bendel Insurance 1, Remo Stars 2, Shooting Stars 0. Okay, let's talk about the Rangers game. That Rangers game at the Cathedral. In the first half, 2 goals in the. All the goals came in the first half. Actually, Frank scored the first goal. Kenneth Ibokwe scored it in the 30th minute, and Emmanuel Efanyo Oyebuchi scored in the almost the last kick of the first half to make it 3-0 for Rangers. So when they came in second half, they don't need to bother themselves, stress themselves because in the first half the game has already been won.
Yeah, good game, good win. It's the type of result we've been crying for yes. A couple of times. If you go back a few weeks, our run of games hasn't been so fine in terms of how we play, how we win. We considered glad to see them win this one and keep a clean sheet. Super happy. I'm sure the working one is happy as well.
Yes,
I'm
he's
sure
happy too.
everybody is happy. The team is happy, and I just want to see this result. If you can just copy this result
And be pasting it and be
and
going.
pasting it and be going to the end of the season, I'll be super happy. Like, what are we doing again now? I will be super happy to have that. But good win to them and fantastic one. I think they should be moving up the table
Yes,
now,
they are
closing
third
down
now,
the
yes.
gap here. So let's see them continue in this light. This
Okay.
is what we want to see going forward.
Okay, Rangers International at the Cathedral here in Enugu won that game 3-0. The table now, Rangers are third in the table. They are just 3 points behind the two first and second. Rainbow Stars are first with 26 points after 14 games. Rivers United at 26 points after 14 games. Rangers International stay third with 23 points, which is very good. If they get more wins, 2 or 3 more wins, now we are going to be defending this particular trophy because we are the defending champions. Rangers International, we are the defending champions. Okay, this is how I'm going to end today's show. Thank you for all the calls, all the people that join us on our YouTube live. Remember, guys, we are live every day on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. You just type it at Vote FM Sports. We are live every day, Monday to Saturday. Drop your comments. I'll be reading your comments right here in the studio. And kudos to Rangers International for winning that game yesterday. I love them when that first half was fantastic. I was in the stadium yesterday. It was a blowout for Rangers International. Remember, guys, let's keep supporting Rangers International. They need to defend this title. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow to give you all the results and discuss all the results that are happening today in the Europa League and the Conference League. My name is Godwin. I'm here with John. My name is Godwin. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Hello, Enugu, and welcome to Vote 104.3 FM.